Okay, you hold up a 9, Charles, or a 5. Okay, this is a 5. Nico, can you hold a 5 up?
He's grabbing his cat.
Drew, hold up a 2.
There.
And Petra, hold up a 2. All right, Nico, I need your 5. Welcome to episode 19.
That's right.
We did it.
Can I stop holding the 5 now?
No,
Yes.
Yeah, we're good.
No, this is the whole cast. You're gonna hold that up. People who listen to this on like Spotify, Google Play, and SoundCloud are gonna be so confused. They're gonna be like, What's Nico holding up? What is he doing?"
Yeah.
You gotta check out the video to find out, gamers.
That's right. Or subscribe to the other things you can listen to us on, because we're on those platforms I just said. So go do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of, like, have you guys ever watched, like, described audio? Like, a video, or, like, a TV show or whatever?
It's so awkward.
Yeah,
It's like audio.
It's like, so, like, it's for blind people. So it's like, they literally tell you what's happening on screen. But, like, I don't know where I was. I think I was waiting at the car dealership for my car to get repaired. And, like, they had it on a TV of some show. And it was, like, some cowboy show or something. It's like, the guy falls off the horse. He thuds on the ground, and you just like see him fall on the ground. But it's like you're supposed to not be able to see it, but seeing it and listening to it at the same time was just so much of a dissonance.
Yeah.
It was strange.
That's got to be bizarre. I've never really watched anything like that, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, that just
Got
reminds me of us holding up those signs, and people are like, Chari holds up 5 fingers.
5 fingers.
Nathan holds up 5 fingers. Nico holds up the number 5 on a piece of paper, etc.
And then Nathan instructs Drew to hold up.
That's
2
exactly what
fingers.
it's like.
Yeah.
You know that Nico's gonna get memed now with that blank
Why?
image.
Oh, that's right. That's
Holding
gonna
up
be
a
great.
sign.
We gotta
Yeah.
do that when this comes
Oh,
out.
no.
I need to see some memes replacing the 5 on our Twitter at the _world_.
Right now.
We're almost at 10,000 followers, so
Yes.
who's going to be epic
Really?
follower number
That's nuts.
10,000?
10,000.
It is a large
I
number.
wanna be.
That's
Better
a
be you.
large,
You
big
watching
deal.
specifically. If it's not you, I'm gonna be ashamed.
Yeah. We
That's
cut
right.
ties immediately.
That'll happen.
Unsubscribe.
So, fellas, what are we talking about today?
Waluigi. Talk
The
about
Waluigi.
Waluigi.
Wildmaster
Smash.
himself?
My boy.
The boy
Your
himself.
boy, in fact.
Yes.
More specifically, like, what would it be like if he had his own game? I think.
Yes.
As he should.
As
Yeah.
he should.
So this is this has been like a podcast kind of idea for a while, and it's actually been a video idea for Drew for I don't know, probably a year or so,
At least a year, yeah.
a long time.
Yeah, I've got some
So-
assets still that I'm trying to piece together a firm defense as to why Waluigi deserves his own unique adventure.
Yeah.
Well,
so
make-
we thought
make
we'd
your
kind of have a
case
cast
today,
where we just
bro.
kind of talk about what would a Waluigi game be like exactly?
But
So-
wait, are there people that think that he doesn't deserve his own game? Is that an actual position?
Yes.
Oh yeah, of
There are
course.
definitely a lot of people that feel like he's just been memed out of this stratosphere and shouldn't be given the time of day moving forward because Waluigi is a one-dimensional, useless character. But I think that's exactly why he deserves his own game, to try to expand out his character and try to define that backstory and give him the same amount of attention that Wario's gotten. We get the
Yeah.
impression that Mario and Luigi are brothers, and of course Luigi was always in his brother's shadow, but Waluigi is the one that was truly in the shadow of the shadow and has never gotten any sort of representation and has been shafted once again with the Smash roster for the, 5th time in a row?
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Yeah. third time I think. Can't remember if he's an assist trophy in Brawl, but he is in Smash 4.
Let me just say that if Tingle can get not one, this is 2 or 3. I can't even remember how many games Tingle has.
I think he
but
has
if Tingle can get his own game.
2.
he's got
Yeah.
2 DS games.
2 DS games
Yeah.
at
Okay.
least.
I know it's at least 2, but yeah, if he can get at least 2 games, Waluigi can have at
Ruby-
least 1.
Absolutely.
And Toad.
Rupee Rose.
Literally a
Treasure
toad.
tracker.
A generic
Yeah.
So that's
toad.
Captain Toad, you know?
Yep.
If Nintendo can make a
Yeah.
game about jumping rope, then there should be a Waluigi game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly agree. It's like the basic defense there is just that he has existed since what is it, Mario Tennis on the 64.
Yep.
Yep.
And ever since his creation, I have my personal theory, and I feel like a lot of people share this theory, is that Miyamoto has a personal vendetta against Waluigi and hates him.
Yeah.
Because when Mario Tennis came out, the reason that Waluigi was spawned into existence was that Luigi needed, or no, I guess it was Wario, needed a doubles partner for Mario Tennis. So Camelot, or Cameloft, or
Yeah,
whatever it is
Camelot,
that made it.
yeah.
Camelot, yeah. They made Waluigi based on the same sort of mindset that went into Wario, where it was an exaggerated, evil version of Mario they went that same route with Luigi's logical conclusion, the evil, dark, sinister Luigi. And from what we've seen of him, he has some interesting character qualities that I think should be expanded into a full adventure, like something even on the backs of something like Wario World on GameCube. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of a spin-off Wario adventure. But I think the arguments that he doesn't have enough of a backstory or enough depth as a character make no sense to me, because that, like, I understand the idea of not having him in Smash because he doesn't have depth, maybe, but like he needs to have his own game. Once he has his own game, then we can talk about putting him in Smash too. But I think he needs to have something that will expand on that universe. We got like the WarioWare universe is its own spin-off thing now that has its own set of characters and cool environments and stuff,
which he's
and
not
that's
a part
got
of.
its own series.
Yeah,
And why is
that's
Waluigi
super
not
bizarre.
in WarioWare? That doesn't make any sense.
That is strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never really thought about that, but yeah, that's really weird.
Like Wario himself has more representation than Luigi, which first of all is kind of odd.
Yeah.
But he's got his own spin-off series. He's got Wario Land. He's got WarioWare, and all sorts of different spin-offs of those titles too. We've got like the WarioWare Snapped on the DSi. Like there's a lot of little obscure games that people don't think of. But just as Luigi had his year, what was it, 2015, 2016 or something,
like
year
that,
of
yeah.
Luigi.
I think it was 2013.
I want to say it was
Was
13.
it? Was
yeah.
it that long?
I think
Oh,
so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was definitely during the Wii U era. I remember
Yeah.
watching the Direct, and it was like, this is the year of Luigi, and then they announced new Super Luigi U, and then
3D
there was,
World,
like, I
I
think
think,
Dr.
came out that
Luigi was
year.
announced at that Direct as well. I don't know how I remember this, but I think it was
There were a bunch
2013.
of bunch of hidden Luigis in 3D World, and I think that was why, because it was the year of Luigi that it
Yeah.
came out.
Yeah, it was something like that.
And I mean, I think
recall
before we even like get into like suggestions or like debacles over like what a game like that would be, I think it's important to note that we do know what Psycho Waluigi is. Nathan even did a video on it too,
Yeah.
because I can already see all the comments that are going to be like, "Oh, have you guys checked out Psycho Waluigi?" It's like, yes, we know about it.
Yeah, and that
So-
is a really cool game. Just not only is it well designed, but it actually gives Waluigi some form of personality, even if it's not officially Nintendo branded. Like he has the power of like telekinesis, and he can like pick up objects and just kind of throw them. And it's a really fun little game. And I mean, Nintendo could make something like that. Like now, I guess if Nintendo were to make a Waluigi game, like what kind of game would it be? Would it be a platformer, adventure game? Like, what do you think it would be?
Especially considering like WarioWare is kind of party. Well, yeah, I guess not puzzle, but like party, and the Wario Land games are platformers. What would a Waluigi game be?
Well, I think like personally, I think it would be probably a platformer. They probably wouldn't try something radically new with that main character that not everyone's familiar with. So I guess if they wanted to like ease people into it, so to speak, they'd probably make it some sort of platformer, kind of like I don't know why I'm just defaulting to like something like Wario World, where it's like platformer action game kind of thing. Because I just don't see them making like a puzzle game or like an RPG or like anything like that.
That would be dope.
Now,
Yeah.
an RPG
I
would be
should
super
mention-
fascinating.
That'd be cool.
Yes,
I just don't
actually,
see it
like
happening.
I since I was a kid, when I was playing like Superstar Saga, I wanted to see a Mario and Luigi game, but Luigi and Waluigi, sorry, Wario and Waluigi.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah,
actually
yeah.
really
I
cool.
wanted to
Cool.
see like, or even just like an entry in the Mario and Luigi series where Wario and Waluigi were the antagonists or something like that. Like to have them included in that same universe, I think would have been really interesting, and have a way to kind of concentrate a lot of plot and lore behind the weird lanky purple dude into one experience.
Yeah, it'd be cool too if like I'm just thinking of like another medium. There was like Lion King 1.5. You guys ever seen that?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like the events of it's the events of Lion King 1, but it's like from a different perspective. So I'm just thinking it'd be cool if it was like Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, but like from the perspective of Wario and Waluigi that were like always in the background. You just never knew they were. So they like
That would be
re-explore these areas like after Mario and Luigi already went through them, and they kind of have their own thing that happens, I guess, after or before or whatever. That'd be kind of a cool, I guess, perspective.
I honestly I think if they were ever to do it, they probably would start with a platformer, because like that's kind of like their safe haven. Like they made a Pikmin platformer and a Chibi Robo platformer because Nintendo was worried that like I would assume they were worried making just more normal Pikmin or a normal Chibi Robo game wouldn't sell well. So that is probably how they would start. Although I'd want to see them do something more creative.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think that like also outside of the idea of Waluigi being a blank slate for a character, in spite of that, I think there are a lot of examples where there are kind of little hints laid out that could lend themselves, like if you wanted to have like a fan-made story, I think you'd have enough pieces to put together something like that, because I guess I would be remiss if I didn't bring up the biggest role that he's had, which was in DDR Mario Mix on the GameCube, Dance Dance Revolution. How many of you have played that?
A tiny
I've not,
bit.
but-
Yeah,
not a
not
lot
extensive.
to see
I've
the
always
story.
wanted to. Yeah.
I don't
Because
remember the
Waluigi,
story.
the main thing is that Waluigi has like stolen a bunch of music things from this castle, and he's just like anti-music in this game, and just is trying to mess up the world.
Anti-music, I love that.
Yeah,
I don't like music.
Or you have to end up like the final boss battle. I think is like a dance-off with Waluigi, which is fun.
Okay, I need to finish
But,
that game
wait.
now. That sounds amazing. I want to dance off with Waluigi.
Yeah.
So like that's what we know about him. He hates music. He loves tennis. What else is there to him?
Well, okay, so we've seen him in the DDR game, right? So he's at least a dance master. You have to fight him, and he's like the hardest guy to fight, right?
He's got
So
the
he's
longest
really
legs.
good at dancing. He's lanky as heck.
Yeah.
Okay, he likes sports, clearly, because he's in all the sports games. He's in tennis, he's in strikers, etc. The other thing is that with Wario was built on Mario because Mario already had an established character. He was just an exaggerated kind of nega Mario, right? So we could see something like extended or exaggerated Luigi qualities in this guy. So Luigi's always the coward, right? He's got Luigi's Mansion. He's always kind of a bumbling idiot, but also still manages to, like, he's taller than Mario, so he looks like he would be more capable. He's jumps higher, stuff like that. But we could have, like, Waluigi is actually kind of tender-hearted or something like that, or
That would be
really
interesting.
scared of, or maybe he's scared of things that are ridiculous, like he's scared of flowers and music and stuff like that. Who knows? Or he could be,
Waluigi's
like-
Sunflower Field. That's the game.
Or maybe he's like a tender-hearted sweetheart, and he's like trying to bake a cake for the Mario Brothers.
That's
Mario's
it.
like, no, Waluigi, we gotta be bad. We gotta do bad guy stuff.
Waluigi's dating
I think
simulator.
that'd be fun. Because okay, we've seen like what is it? Mario Power Tennis has like the victory pose or whatever, where he's got a rose in his mouth, and he's
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
he's clearly like that's alluding to dancing, and also
He's a
like,
romantic.
I think Waluigi's got a sensitive side. I
Yeah.
think there could be like an interesting kind of dynamic there between him and Wario, whether it's in a WarioWare game, which I would love to see a WarioWare game that focuses equally on Wario and Waluigi. That
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
satisfy
That'd be
what
awesome.
I'm hoping for. I'd like to see something like a Wario and Wario and Waluigi RPG. Or just a plain platformer. That would be fun too. I think there's a lot of different directions they could go with it, which makes it all the more painful that they have never started to pursue something like that, as far as we know.
You mentioned the rose thing from the newest tennis game, and that reminded
Yeah.
me of Power Tennis. He has this ability where he can like float or like swim in the air.
Yeah,
to
he
catch
swims through
tennis
the air.
ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does
So
that in
that's
Mario
something
Sonic too.
That came from
Oh, he does?
Mario
That's
Tennis.
awesome.
That came from the first game.
Oh, it did.
I didn't
So that's
actually
an-
know
yeah,
that.
because he would-
Yeah,
That's a
cool.
constant.
In one of the cutscenes or in the... I think if you open or if you turn on the game without plugging in a controller, you'll see an error message that tells you to plug your controller back in. And like 1 in 4 times it's a picture that has Waluigi floating over the thing, I want to say. I'm going to try to find it so I'm not just...
That's
So-
really
so that-
cool.
So that's a
Yeah,
constant.
we'll have that thrown up on screen so you can see.
So like maybe Waluigi's airplane simulator, where it's just like you like a
Yeah.
Flappy Bird clone.
It's like Pilot Wings, but you fly with Waluigi. Or it's just him. He's just T-posing. Waluigi's skydiving adventures.
Yeah, that'd be great.
To counter what we were saying about like him being an extreme like scaredy cat, because like I don't know, in Mario Party 3, he's straight up holding a piranha plant. I feel like there's also a
Yeah.
side to him that's like not fearless
Yes.
per se, but maybe he's like a piranha whisperer of sorts, where he can like tame wild
be great.
wild
That's
enemy
interesting.
creatures.
I always saw that as being like his pet or something,
Yeah.
you know?
Maybe there's a rivalry now, especially considering that Piranha Plant got into Smash and he didn't. Like to
Exactly.
perpetuate the meme.
But what if Waluigi comes out as a Smash character? Maybe he's the last DLC fighter. That'd be
Could
sick.
you imagine?
Right?
Could you imagine?
I honestly hope that happens, just to blow everyone's minds. Because, like, the first trailer, and everyone saw Waluigi was an assist trophy, everyone was so upset. Or most
Yeah.
people were upset.
Oh, I would
but-
be thrilled if they just pulled the big switcheroo on us and gave us
Right?
Waluigi and
Ha!
Smash. Because
And then-
I think that, either way, that would solidify him in the roster and at least give him a bit of an edge for getting his own adventure. Because as of today, like, Waluigi has been in as many games as like a Goomba and Spike. Like he's put on those levels. Like if you go play the newest Mario Tennis, like he's relegated to just the lowest of the low. He's just a generic Goomba or a Boo or a Spike, and it makes me so mad. He's a Mario brother. He is presumably a twin of Wario's, right? And somehow Mario and Wario are supposed to be related. I think they should all have their own kind of equal pedestal. Even Super Mario 64 DS, I remember there were always rumors that you could unlock Waluigi in Super Mario 64 DS because it gave the playable character spot to Yoshi, Mario, Luigi, and Wario.
Yes.
Where is Waluigi?
For
Why
some
is
reason.
Wario always given better treatment
Yes, the Mario brothers.
than Wario?
Yeah, I mean, like going back
Yoshi.
to like an RPG, it just makes me imagine like if you could play an RPG where you got either as Wario and Waluigi and Mario and Luigi, maybe you can play as all four of them. I mean, I feel like that would just be super interesting, especially if like
4-player co-op?
yeah, that could either be a
no,
4-player
something like that.
co-op, or maybe like you're going back and forth where you're playing as the good guy and then you're playing as the bad guy, and that's how you kind of learn about the story when you're playing as both sides. I feel like that would be so interesting, but it just
That
sucks because
raises
like
another question to me. Why have we not seen Wario and Waluigi in like a new Super Mario Brothers game? They have
it's always Toad.
like they banged
I don't
that thing into
understand
the
that
ground, and we got like a blue Toad and a yellow Toad. Why not have Wario and
Right?
Waluigi? Why?
Because
Why
Peach
would you
Chef
just?
is the best.
It just seems like an obvious pick. Like, why would they not have a 4-player platformer with?
Yeah.
That would
presumably the
actually
4 Mario Bros.
That would actually be really dope because like Wario could be like the slow one but the strong one. Like he could
Yeah.
have a special
Why
ability.
not? He
where
could
can,
have his
like,
moves from Wario Land.
Yeah.
Like punch through walls and stuff. Who knows?
And
I
then,
mean,
like,
Waluigi could have like maybe instead of a double jump, he can like swim. He can do like a curved swim attack or something. There's a lot of potential for having him included.
There's a ton of potential, and that's what kills me about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's been what now? At least 20 years, probably more than that. I'm old.
1
Yeah,
week
Mario
since
Tennis
it-
came out 2000. It's been exactly 20 years, I think,
Okay.
since its existence.
So it's time. It has been 2 decades. Waluigi
Yeah.
deserves his time in the spotlight.
So 2021 year of Waluigi. Is
Yes.
what you want?
Year of
Yeah,
That is
Waluigi.
what we want.
Let's start a change.org petition.
Yeah, those always work.
those
Those always
work.
work.
at Nintendo.
Dear Doug Bowser, please put Waluigi in a game.
Oh, I also remember I remember finding this comic. I'm looking back at my notes here now for the video that I've been putting together, as Nate mentioned, for like over a year. And there's like a comic I remember about Waluigi's real name being Walter, and I remember Walter, something that was
Walter
really,
Luigi.
really funny and like an option for like developing into his character. And I want to see if I can find it now, like a fan
He's
canon
like
comic.
He's like embarrassed about his
see
name.
if I can-
Doesn't want to be called Walter. My name's Waluigi. Wah. It's not Walter.
Walter
Waluigi.
Okay, I'm gonna send this to you guys, and just briefly, it's not very long. I want to see if we can like look at this together. We can put this on the video if you want to. Yeah,
Dope.
I'm sorry to the editor in advance.
It's all good.
But
I'll send him links.
It's he's sitting at this psychiatrist's office, and the psychiatrist is a Koopa Troopa.
Oh my god, that's
He's
really
like,
funny.
"What were you before Waluigi?" I think I was always
Waluigi.
Waluigi.
He takes
Yeah,
off his
Charles,
glasses.
you got to do our voices.
Okay, so what were you before you were Waluigi? I think I was always Waluigi. The Koopa takes his glasses off, very ominously. Look, it's a grotesque caricature of someone that you used to hate and envy, but you're past that now. I just don't remember ever being anything else. Okay, let me put it this way. If you didn't have to be Waluigi, then who would you be? He looks all surprised, like, man, I've never thought of this question before. He looks in the mirror. Walter.
Like it's like a Netflix series or something. I love it.
That's
It's
great.
great.
That's
Funny.
awesome.
We can't forget
But
Waluigi.
he's just a clean slate. He needs to be it needs to be explored.
Yes.
Can't forget about his taco stand. Waluigi
Yes.
has
Waluigi's
Taco
taco
stand.
stand.
Can we?
I love that.
Can we do a
that
little
fan
parenthesis? Where did that come from? I have no idea where that came from.
I don't remember where it came from. I just remember when Case actually made the ROM hack Waluigi's Taco Stand 64. That was so funny. He actually did
You
that.
know what was bizarre to me? When he made that ROM hack, for many of my videos, I've used the Ocarina of Time shop theme for like just background music. And after that ROM hack came out, I had hundreds, probably not exaggerating, hundreds of comments that were like, why are you using Waluigi's taco stand music in your video?
What?
I get
I'm like, it's the Zelda shop theme. How do you think of that before
that stuff.
Zelda?
I get that stuff all the time from like SMG4 videos. I'll just like put something in like completely
Yeah.
unintendedly, and they're like, SMG4 reference. I'm like, no,
Is it?
like,
Yeah.
no, excuse me, which one? What do you mean?
If
Or
it's
it's like, hey,
popular,
he's
that
using the
means
so-
they created it, guys. Obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
Obvious.
Or like, yeah, he's like, why is he using the song from War of the Fat Italians? I'm like, this existed before. The song has been around. Or that's like when
Yeah.
people now,
Yeah,
it's like,
look-
what's that? It's like that TikTok song. It's like, the song's been around before TikTok, right?
Nah.
They're like, no.
I love to
TikTok invented
imagine
it, guys.
Yeah.
I love to imagine Luke just at his computer composing this song.
Yeah, TikTok is my favorite musician. The anonymous hacker known as TikTok.
Tetra was gonna say something earlier. I don't know if he remembers what he was gonna bring up.
Oh, yeah. So we were talking about like how much more Wario is represented than Waluigi and stuff. I've been watching a lot of old E3 stuff, and it seems like in the late 90s, early 2000s, there was a big push to make Wario a really, really big like centerpiece for Nintendo. Like
Yeah.
they had him voice over most of like their E3 like slideshow that would repeat in their
Really?
booth. Yeah, they were pushing Wario Land 1, 2, and 3 in those years. Wario World's early 2000s. They had those puppets, which I just made a video on. Like it seemed like there was just a big push for Wario to be even bigger than Luigi. I'd say it seemed like they were going away from Mario and Luigi to more of Mario and Wario instead.
Yeah.
And there's been that
Got
meme
Mario
going
and Wario
around.
on my shelf over here.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because there's that meme of like Mario. Every copy of Mario 64 is personalized or whatever. Like that Wario in Dire Docks, that hallway. That's like actually from an E3 presentation, 1996. Which again, they had Charles Martinet like voice over Wario, and yeah, it just seemed like in that era there was a big push to kind of make him his own thing. And I guess even now, like he did have his time with WarioWare and stuff, but even now it seems like they're going away from Wario as a whole. Like, when was the last true WarioWare game we got? Because there was Gold, right? But that was kind of like
that was just a remake. Well, it wasn't a remake.
like
it was
greatest
a
hits, right?
compilation. Yeah.
Yeah.
They did there was the top 100 that was the compilation. I know for sure, but I thought Gold was a new entry.
Top 100
Well,
was Mario Party.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Mario
duh.
Party was
I'm
top 100. Yeah. Well, I
Yeah, so-
think WarioWare Gold had like 50 new micro games, but like most
Oh,
of them
okay.
were just like
A
recycled.
lot of them were
from
recycled. Yeah.
olders.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
The
I
last
had
one I really remember having a good time with was Smooth Moves.
Yeah,
Moves
that
is
one's
great.
That's the
fantastic.
Wii one,
because
right?
they made Game and
Yes.
Wario. Game and Wario is pretty mediocre. That was like the last
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I guess new, if you want to call it, WarioWare game. But my point is, like, ever since then, like, there hasn't really been as much of a push for WarioWare as there used to be, like mid 2000s to the late 2000s.
I'm honestly
First decade.
So are
surprised.
you saying my dream of a Waluigi game is just gonna be buried because if they're gonna forget Wario?
That's well.
How are
that's
they
what
gonna
I
get
mean.
to Waluigi?
I just feel like Nintendo overall, they're taking less and less chances, and they're just doing a
Which
lot.
is so
I
unfortunate.
much
agree with
Mario
that wholeheartedly.
pushing.
which
Yeah.
is not,
Yeah.
it's not really. I
Unfortunate.
don't want to say it's scary, but it's like Nintendo's known as the company that takes
Concerning.
chances, and when they stop taking chances and going for really safe stuff, it's kind of like, how are they? Because like my thought originally was, when you think of Wario World, I don't know how someone could see that as being like a very mainstream marketable game. Obviously, Nintendo took a big chance with that, 'cause it's like, okay, it's Wario doing a thing, whatever. I guess maybe back then it was different, but like now, like could you imagine Nintendo really releasing that game now? I would just feel like it's way too
Wario
out
Land
there.
Shake It bombed as far as I remember.
Did
So,
it
like,
really?
that was
That's
the one on
so
Wii.
unfortunate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like that probably cost them a ton of money because like every frame was like hand drawn. So I
Yeah.
can't imagine how much it cost them for it to bomb. Like
Yeah.
that immediately
Yeah.
probably made Nintendo think like, we're not doing this again. This,
And
this
No,
It
I
doesn't
think
help.
WarioWare was the right direction for Wario. It makes a lot of sense, and I think it's cool that they've developed that into their own roster of side characters.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I guess there I didn't really think about that. Like there definitely is a lot less game when it comes to like the Mario characters. It's pretty much always just Mario now.
I worry
Which-
that Nintendo is moving closer to like Disney character or Disney territory, because I remember when I used to work on mobile apps, I did a little mobile AR game thing for Disney, and I remember I had to put in like Mickey and Minnie and these characters from Mickey's universe, but and also Frozen. I had to do one for Frozen with Elsa and Anna and all that, and I remember that Disney had like a 10, 20-page document about like how their characters had to be represented, that they couldn't be seen with this character or like in this position, or like, you know, they have very stringent guidelines for how their characters can be represented, and it ends up making things kind of cookie cutter. I worry that Nintendo is going to kind of go towards that direction, because it seems like, you know, we're just like looking at the new tennis roster just kind of kills me inside a little bit, seeing what characters they see as like, and even the
Piranha
Mario
Plant
Kart in
Tour
Smash
roster
made me mad. I know I shouldn't care, but Piranha Plant in Smash was just like, come on. Like, before Waluigi, like, he is a person. Put him in the game.
He is a person.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
if you look at,
very true.
I recently went back to Mario Kart 2. I hadn't played it in a long time because I was curious, like, who have they added? And I was trying to see like what new items were in the game, and holy crap, there are so many Mario clones. There has to be over 10 at this point. Builder Mario, Fire Mario, Ice Mario, regular Mario, Metal Mario. I'm definitely forgetting. I think there's Cooking Mario.
Akama Happy
Akami
Cooking.
Mario. Yeah,
did you say
there are.
Fire? Did you say Ice Mario yet?
Yep. I got Ice and Fire. I wish I had. Oh, I have my iPad with me.
There you
It's
go.
like
You can check it out.
the logical conclusion of Pink Gold Peach.
Yeah,
Like
it
an army
is.
of Pink Gold Peaches
Pink
now.
Gold Mario.
Yeah, except
Gold
this
Flip
is
side,
Mario.
though,
the
On the
Pink
flip
Gold
side, the
Peach
Mario
is in this
Kart
game
2
as well. All right, so let me,
she's actually really good. She's a good character in that game. Really good.
Oh, are we going
She
to
has
have
the
a
coin box.
discussion?
She has the coin box power up, which is the best item in the
yeah,
game.
the coin box is good. So let's see.
Absolutely.
There's we have Baby Mario. I forgot about that one.
yeah.
The Hakami Mario. What is this one? Oh, that's the Hakami.
Happy?
This one is Happy Mario. Happy. It's the Mario Odyssey costume. Classic Mario. Builder Mario.
Oh.
Cook Mario Chef. And that's all of them. Then there's like 10 Peach clones. There's like
We're just gonna
5
have like
Luigi
Mario
clones.
doing his taxes and Mario getting milk and
Yeah, right. I kind of want
Milkman
that
in
one.
his
Mario.
Sunday formal clothes.
I want Mario with like a
wearing
mini
shorts.
fridge on his shoulder. I'll play the game again for that.
Mario,
on the
but
flip
without a
side-
shirt. It's just like the overalls.
Exactly.
Why is like every Mario costume now a separate like entity? Like,
I don't know.
It's like Dr. Mario times 20. Like
Because it's
Into
easy
the
to
Mario
develop.
verse.
That's
he just
why.
put on a mirror. Like he's the same
Yeah.
dude.
They're probably gonna add Dr. Mario to Mario Kart. I bet they will.
Oh yeah, they will.
for sure.
I mean, it's
Really.
I'm surprised they haven't.
to be fair
Right.
though, they have added like Dixie Kong, Funky Kong.
yeah.
They added Pauline. There
Let
so
me
there's
ask
some
this.
actually pretty cool
If you
characters.
were to
but
remove, like if you took out, say, the Goomba from Mario Power Tennis, is that the Switch one? Mario Power? I haven't played
That's
that.
Aces.
the GameCube.
Or
one.
Mario
Aces.
Tennis Ultra.
Aces.
Aces. Okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Ultra's Wii U.
yeah,
If they took out the Goomba and put Waluigi in his place, do you think one child would shed a tear for Goomba being lost on that
Probably
roster?
not.
okay.
How many children do you think would cry tears of joy seeing their role model put into that game?
Their role model.
Yes. Waluigi is a role model for a generation.
But why?
Because he's tall.
Oh,
And
okay, that
lanky.
makes sense.
And
Like,
handsome.
He's the underdog. He
He's
is the
got a
underdog
great
of the
mustache.
underdog. And everybody likes to fight for an underdog.
Yep.
Luigi was the underdog for long enough. Now Waluigi is the next logical step. He has not gotten his time in the spotlight and deserves it. That is my case. And that is why we're all here today, and why you all have to fervently agree with me with no questioning.
Do you
Go
think
off, Drew,
that if
go off.
do you think that if they ever did give him his own game, it would be akin to Waluigi's Mansion? I mean, not Luigi's Mansion. What do they call it? Like
I'd be thrilled with that.
Waluigi's house, and it's just like him
Like,
doing
do
mundane
like
tasks.
Waluigi's theme park. Make it like a theme park simulator. I don't care.
Hey,
Great.
Drew, this
Pinball.
might
Whatever.
make you feel
Waluigi's
better.
Casino.
Waluigi Bus
Ooh.
Driver.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say
That's
that.
sick.
I was gonna,
Nice.
I was gonna say, although
You got a new costume?
Yep.
yeah, although a lot of the costumes in Mario Kart 2 are lame, they did introduce like the bus driver Waluigi. They didn't introduce like the hiker Wario. It kind of gives them a little bit more character, which is really cool. Kind of makes them a little bit more
That's
than just
another thing is they've kind of like
one-dimensional.
retconned him into Wrecking Crew, the NES game. They,
Really?
Like that was originally supposed to be a character named Spike who looked like a buff Waluigi, but now they've kind of like retconned him into the Nintendo history there. So I think that would be interesting to see. Like Waluigi was inspired by Spike, the character in that game.
Oh,
I was gonna say like
He's like a purple buff Mario man.
I was gonna say like how is he our role model if he was once buff and now he's lanky? Lose your muscles, nerds.
Also, Waluigi's Pinball. Well, clearly he has
yes.
he has an
The
arcade.
best Mario Kart stage. Buy
That's
down.
like definitely, yeah, that's one of my favorites for
Yeah.
sure. Like
Maybe
they
that-
have so much that like, yes, he is like a clean slate. Like they could make him whatever they want, but they have so much material to go off of. Like it's
Waluigi Stadium.
make
on
it happen.
GameCube. That's a really good one as well.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Trying to think what else there is. I think there's a Waluigi battle track, but I can't even remember it.
I'm trying to think about
Yeah.
Waluigi's. There was like that one course in Mario Party 3. Those Waluigi's. Just can't remember what it was
yes, that was a Piranha Plant themed course. I think it
Okay.
was.
Oh,
like. So
It was
clearly-
one of the
I
he
hard
has,
remember that.
tracks.
Waluigi's
yeah, see, so
Island.
clearly he has an affinity.
Waluigi's
What's
Island.
that? What's that, Nico?
He has his own island.
Yeah,
Waluigi's-
Waluigi's Island. That's
Okay,
the name
yeah.
of the
There's
map
the game.
anyway.
There's the title. There's the
That's
title
the
of
map.
the game.
Waluigi has to
Island.
escape his island. He has to make it to the Mushroom Kingdom.
of all Mario games that could be a clone of, it's a Yoshi's Island clone.
Yeah, right. Waluigi's Island.
Yeah,
he has
that-
to
that-
carry a
that-
Have you
baby
guys
Wario.
seen? Have you all seen the text for the Waluigi outfit in Odyssey? Like the
Yes.
flavor text. Here, I'm gonna paste
Oh,
it in the
yeah,
chat.
Yeah, paste. Yeah, go ahead and throw it up,
Do you
Grant.
see that?
Oh no.
This outfit makes you want to lurk in the shadows, waiting for a turn in the spotlight. Like they know.
know.
They
Yeah,
know.
they know.
They're just
They
playing
know.
with us at this point.
That's like
I
that's like
think they're
Luigi
like-
being the eternal understudy in Smash.
Yeah, the eternal understudy. It makes
And
it
it
almost
says,
like
look at the top too. It says a cap with an upside down L on it. It's barely used.
That's so sad.
They know.
I wonder.
It's
I,
so
I wonder
sad.
if that was just a localization
no,
thing
no.
though, because I wonder what that says in
Probably,
Japanese.
yeah.
Look at this
But,
dude.
Oh
but they,
no
they're
no
aware.
no no!
They are aware.
I have to wonder
at
if
his
like
head.
they're just like holding off on, like they're waiting until fans are literally gonna burst into flames, and then
Yeah,
finally
cry
they're gonna come out with that Waluigi game. All right, everyone. Then they'll just be like, all right, shut up. There it is. Maybe they're just like holding it back for some reason, for some big
Yeah.
announcement. I don't know.
I guess we'll see what
Okay.
happens with the first
No, go ahead.
the arms character. If they do add Springman as the fighter, then that boosts Waluigi coming back, even though he's in assist trophy like tenfold. But I guess we'll see. I
Yeah,
still have a theory that
sure.
they're gonna announce Arms 2 and they're gonna try and tie it in with another DLC character. But
I mean,
logically-
Waluigi's arms are pretty long. He could
Yeah.
be like an
That
arm
would work.
too.
that's true. Waluigi gets added to
Just have
Arms
him have
first.
some like EGAD extensions. That'd be great.
He'd be like
Yeah,
the
watch-
tallest character too. I mean, his legs are pretty long as well.
I
Yeah.
think that's partially why I'm always like drawn to these type of characters too. Is like my favorite Nintendo characters are always the weirdos where they just try random stuff. Like they got Professor EGAD, like Tingle, and the shot Beetle from Zelda.
Yeah.
Waluigi, and like just the weirdo characters are always my favorites. Like I feel like they need to give them more attention.
Now has. Please put up that image that Nico just said, so we have context for
Nico.
why I'm laughing. Has Waluigi been in the same amount of games that he's been a costume in? Because you have Odyssey, you have the Smash games where he's an alternate for Luigi, you have Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door, where he's also like a costume for Mario.
Mario Maker.
A
Yeah.
costume?
I forgot about that.
Mario Maker 1.
Yeah, and Mario Maker. Yep.
Probably not. That's pretty sad.
There have been more costumes than actual appearances by this lad.
Well, I guess no. I think he's been in enough sports games that probably makes up
Yeah.
for it. But
And
Not
the
Mario
parties.
Kart
I
7.
just think that
Parties.
like every argument
Not
that was
7.
made for
Yeah.
Waluigi, or sorry, every argument that was made for Luigi, like the Luigi fans that were saying he needs to break out of Mario's shadow, like you can take that argument times 2 for Waluigi because he's the copy of the evil copy. He's the bottom of the barrel in terms of representation. Like he needs it.
He needs.
yeah, and I guess
Poor boy.
going back
Prop
to
him
that,
up.
going back to that counterpoint you said earlier about like how he can't have a game because he has no backstory. Well, he can't really have a backstory if he doesn't have a game. Like how are they? That's like
Yeah,
you have to do
create it.
step 1 before you get to step 2 kind of thing.
But even so, for Smash, like he clearly has enough
Oh,
material
yeah.
to make a move set. He's got a tennis racket. He swims through the air. Apparently, he likes to dance. You know, he's like, even if
He
it's just
stomps
like
you.
tennis stuff, like why not? Like toss him in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than
Waluigi's
Piranha
tennis
Plant has.
stand.
Please, Daddy Sakurai.
What do you think, Nico? You, what's your takeaway from this?
I don't know. I'm not that much of a fan of Waluigi, but I do.
What?
I do agree that he deserves to be a character in Smash. But about having his whole game, I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Is he in the Dr. Mario mobile game? Do we have
Yeah.
Dr. Waluigi?
Dr. Waluigi?
Dude, there's like Dr. Goomba
Probably.
stacks.
Yeah.
There's 3 Goomba stacks.
Dr.
There's-
Goomba stack.
Dr.
Even-
Goomba stack?
I'm not
Yeah.
kidding.
That got a character.
Literally
literally a
3
stack.
Sounds like
Goombas.
Koopa Stank.
Yeah, Goomba
Yeah.
Stink.
I think there's
Yeah, it's
the
literally a stack
dolphin,
of 4.
Dr. Dolphin.
Oh yeah.
There's a dolphin.
Yeah,
There's
the
a
Mario
dolphin in.
Yeah, you know
Oh, there's Dr. Goomba Tower.
the
This
Goomba.
game
oh,
has
sorry,
no
Goomba
standards at
Tower.
all.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
We need Dr. Dory.
That's
Yeah.
what it is, Dr. Dory.
How would they even operate?
How does Dr.
Flippy
Goomba
arms.
Tower
It doesn't
operate?
matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Just to throw pills at some viruses. Just eat
How'd
the
they get their
pill, idiot.
doctorate?
You flick,
Pill idiot.
you flick pills. It's not even Dr. Mario. It's some other. It's just a normal mobile game.
That's a great name for like a fictional doctor, Dr. Flick Pill.
Yeah, Dr. Flick Pill.
Do we want to leave it at that?
I was gonna say, do we have
Yeah.
a segue for that?
I have no.
Yeah,
I
we're
feel like
at like 35 minutes.
we've covered this pretty extensively.
How long can you talk about Waluigi? I don't know.
I
I mean, I know I
For
personally could
forever.
fill hours, but I don't want to bore you.
I feel like we hit all the main points.
Yeah.
What do you
Such
viewers and or listeners think? Do you guys think Waluigi should have his own game? Do you think he should
Or are
be
you
in Smash?
incorrect?
Or are you wrong?
Explain why and why not.
Let us know down below.
Are
right
you
now.
wrong, Luigi? Ha. Anyway.
Comment down below. Comment on.
Okay.
I think SoundCloud Sports comments. Let's get some
It does.
comments on SoundCloud. That big.
Yeah, why not? Follow the links in the description if you want to follow the SoundCloud.
I think we should all sign off with a big wah, like a chorus.
Okay.
That's what's that song? What's that one? Waluigi?
Like chorus of the Walalooya.
Yeah, Waluigi. That's
I
what it
remember
is.
that.
Hallelujah.
Luigi.
Can we do like a countdown and a big wah?
That sounds good.
Wait, wait.
Count us down.
Oh, I got the 5 for the countdown.
Oh yeah, yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Waluigi, the winner.
Hey, that's good.
All
He
right.
should be the winner.
Oh, I lost.
I lost.